Good evening. Thank you for coming to share this evening with us tonight. I am Chris Waddle. I am the Director of Leadership and Spiritual Life at the Mind and Spirit Counseling Center. And I would like to welcome you and I thank you for coming out today. In the narthex, you may have noticed a donation table. It has information there about the Mind and Spirit Counseling Center and the Prairie Fire Program. If you've not had a chance and intend to contribute to the free will offering, you can do so with cash, check, or online by scanning the QR code with a smartphone. Thank you for your support. If you are interested in attending the Prairie Fire Program of Spiritual Development, there is still time to sign up, though if you go to our website, it will say it's closed. That's because we're going to start in about a week, a little bit over a week. But if you are highly motivated and you think this is just something I want to try, we could probably get you in. So talk to me and say, hey, I'm highly motivated. If you're just thinking about it, feel free to take some information and put your name on the list, and I'll keep you on that list until you tell me, I never think I'm going to do this. But we do have folks that participate in Prairie Fire that take a few years to think about it. It's just not the right time. So we keep people on that list. So if you'd like to be on the list and receive reminders about when we're starting a new cohort, you can be up to date on what's happening with Prairie Fire. We start a new cohort every 2 years, so you can mark your calendar if you'd like. Books and CDs are for sale at the tables tonight. 100% of the profits tonight will be benefiting the Prairie Fire Fund. This helps support Prairie Fire and most importantly, help offset the costs for those for whom Prairie Fire might be a financial challenge. We've yet to say no to anyone just because of money, and we want that to continue to be the case. And our graduates have been generous donors too, so thank you. You can find Deb's book online at Amazon and at Barnes & Nobles, and also available in ebook there. You can also find it at Dog-Eared Books in Ames, with profits donated to Access, at Beaverdale Books in Des Moines, with profits donated to Iowa CASA, and you can check out a copy at the Ames Public Library, the ISU Parks Library, and the Montgomery Memorial Library in Jewell. Deb's music is available online on her website, debklein.com, with CDs for sales and downloads for free with donation options. Deb Klein is a survivor. She is a survivor of childhood incest, a survivor of teen rape, a survivor of young adult attempted suicide. She has overcome depression, bipolar type 2, complex PTSD, panic attacks, and dissociative amnesia. Since healing her past trauma, Deb has enjoyed nearly 2 decades of health and happy living. Now in her mid-50s, Deb is an entrepreneur, owning and operating Wellspring Wellness, LLC, since 2006. As an energy healer, she graduated from the Eastwood School of Holistic Healing and is a member of the Associated Bodywork and Massage Professionals. And as a spiritual director, she has graduated from the Prairie Fire Program and is a member of Spiritual Directors International. Previously, she earned degrees from Iowa State and Upper Iowa universities. Most recently, Deb published her memoir, Forgetting to Remember, A Healer's Journey of Surviving and Thriving, and has been performing concerts as a fundraising troubadour. Her goal is to break the silence and stigma around trauma and mental health, and by sharing her story and singer-songwriter talents as a personal philanthropy. Can't say that word, Deb, sorry. She helps raise money for great causes, helping to raise revenue for organizations that promote healing in body, mind, and or spirit. By engaging audience in her lived experience, Deb hopes to strengthen the capacity of our larger community to uplift difficult stories, and your attendance tonight honors that intersection or that intention. Thank you for being here. And now will you please join me in welcoming Deb Klein.
Thank you, Chris. Personal philanthropy. So I thought it would be appropriate to start with a reading from my chapter, On a Given Sunday. My favorite memories from our Sunday traditions are being in church, sandwiched between my grandma and my great-grandma in our red-cushioned pew. Our pew is rows back on the right side, facing the altar and nearest the center aisle. Because Mom and Dad are in the choir lofts up front on either side of the altar, wearing their long, flowing robes, my wriggly brothers and I need our grandma's supervision during the service. The organ prelude booms melodic with brilliant fanfare coursing through the pipes as we wait for the service to begin. When I am my smallest, I scribble pictures on the attendance cards with the golf scoring-sized pencils, proudly showing both grandmas my art. As I grow, I love singing the melody to hymns while standing between grandma's alto in my left ear and great-grandma's monotone in my right ear. Hymns in stereo. I'm not sure if great-grandma's off-key renditions are due to her hearing loss or if she's always been tone deaf. Either way, it does not prevent her from belting out words to her own tune. We are a discordant trio made in heaven. So to honor that discordant trio, I'm going to ask you to sing with me. This is a familiar tune if you grew up in a Christian church pew, or if you happen to know Peter Mayer. This is the song Blue Boat Home. You don't need to stand, but I'm going to ask that you sing with me. Even if you're monotone, that's extra special. You get great grandma points. Let's see. I think that's going to stay. So, Blue Boat Home. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun my sail and moon my rudder as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep. Drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Give yourselves a hand, please. So this collage card, I'll tell you just in general, all of the collage cards that you'll be seeing tonight, I made after I had already written these songs, but before I'd written the book. And so I had processed all of the emotions from my abuse already, and these are just a further expression of those things. So this card is called Happy Holidays with a question mark. And it speaks to me by saying, I am one who celebrates on the surface. And you can see the Norman Rockwell image up top, the ideal image of Christmas time. And then this other oddly formed family that represents more of the reality of Christmas. But I just love that little girl. She loves the snow, and she's got her Christmas list, and there's that Christmas tree in the background. So there's a lot of mix of emotions there. And I would have used all of my collages in my book with the poem dividers that are in my book, and I would have had this image too. But there are so many copyright laws, and I do have a Disney image and obviously the Norman Rockwell one, and I don't want to get sued. So I probably wouldn't, but it wasn't a chance that my publisher was willing to take. And so I do have all of the cards that are supposed to go with the book on my website. They are password protected, so they are not public domain. So if you just type in the guest area, forgetting, don't forget, the password is forgetting, all lowercase. So I'm going to just read a little bit that speaks to this awkward family. And this is from the chapter, A Rudderless Young Adulthood. Growing up, I never doubted that my parents loved me, even during my teenage rantings when I declared I must be adopted because my real parents would never treat me this way. It's baffling why the emotion of love is assumed but not expressed in words, hinted at but not mentioned, tiptoed around, but not spoken aloud. Instead, love is expressed in dance lessons and piano teachers, in summer church camp and family vacations, in signed permission slips and school program attendance, in holiday celebrations, and especially birthday parties. So this song called Who I Am grasps the good and the not so good of growing up, but altogether it's all good. She was married but had no husband. He was married but had no wife. Raised 3 kids, resembled a family less than their chosen life. Whatever dreams they'd started had since been blown away. I guess it was just easier to stay. This home had lots of heartache, too much to really say. Lost souls living together, each going their own way. No one knew how to reach out beyond the safety of the self, afraid to trust unspoken love and risk losing little else. But there were birthday cakes and holidays and Disney on TV, games to play, pictures to take, vacation times and nursery rhymes, and all those spaces in between with family and friends. This is all a part of who I am. This company of strangers housed within thin walls. We learned how to crumble and we learned how to fall. And we learned not to talk about the things that matter most. just assume that flesh and blood would unite against the ghost. And as time went on, we stumbled through something of a life. Then Daddy flew the cuckoo's nest, leaving us behind. Mom was left to clean up broken pieces that he made. I guess it became easier for him to go away. But he missed birthday cakes and holidays and Disney on TV. Games to play, pictures to take, vacation times and nursery rhymes, and all those spaces in between with family and friends. This is all a part of who I am. Now I'm married, I have a husband. He's married to me, his wife. Pets for children, our own family, this, our chosen life. All the dreams we've started, we cherish every day. It's not always easier, but we are here to stay. For those birthday cakes and holidays and Disney on TV. Games to play, pictures to take, vacation times and nursery rhymes, and all those spaces in between with family and friends. This is all a part of who I am. Those birthday cakes and holidays and Disney still on TV. Games to play, pictures to take, vacation times and nursery rhymes, and all those spaces in between with family and friends. This is all a part of who I am. I'm proud to say they're all part of who I am. Oops, leave that over there. So this collage image is called 30-something. That's about the time I started remembering things that I previously were unknown to me. And you can see how the person in the corner holding her head, just confused. I also had a lot of migraines at that time. And the ghost of a woman walking out of the frame, I just really felt like a ghost of myself. And those stone figures at the bottom, each one of them a wound hardened over that needed to be found and healed. And everything is looking away from the possibility that there's this little window where something might be able to escape or be set free. So, the card says, I am one who makes sense of the nonsensical blur of my past. So the next song I'm going to do is Before I Remembered Anything, and the poem too. I wrote the poem in my 20s, and it's called Four Walls. A cold, dark room full of shadows, the door locked from the outside. Nothing can escape. In this song called Four Walls, you can tell that I'm starting to realize there's something going on, but I still don't have access to the memories. I'm hiding in these four walls that are myself, that I built. to keep them out, and I can see daylight through the cracks, but it's too bright. I blink it back and wonder, how could I construct a cage so cruel, almost as bad as what they did to me? And where's my strength to break it down? Am I as strong as when I built? For walls are closing in on me. I'd disappear if I could breathe, so I puff and huff to blow them down. But from within, there is no sound. And in this mausoleum, that's my soul, will it die too? Like lab rats do when they're put in a space too small to live. What I would give to be the size of one, so that I could slip through these cracks of mine and view the world from the outside. And I would give anything to be anything but these four walls that are me. This next image is called Teen Self, and you see this teen looking older than she should. And I didn't develop that way, really, but the inside of me obviously had experienced more than I knew. And so that's what she represents, being more mature than she should be. And also, I was ahead of my time as far as my musical talent when I was young. I was writing songs starting at the age of 10. And so that kind of hints at that, too, of being older than I am. Notice that the piano is sitting on the rocks. The music and the piano were a firm foundation for me, even as everything else was shifting. And so that's where a lot of these songs have come from, even though my footsteps are on the sand, the shifting sand. And the guitar case is there because I learned how to play guitar in my 8th grade music class. So this part of me, my teen years, I was very sad and I didn't know why. And so I wrote a few sad songs called Sad Etudes, number 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to play number 3 for you. And you will hear this throughout the song. And it's two notes right next together, a minor second. And that's kind of the discord that I'm always living with. So this song has a beginning and an end that represent me trying to be happy, and the middle part is how I really feel on the inside. And these are just one-handed songs, because seriously, when I wrote them, I was too sad to use both hands. So here is Lost and Found Child. And it says, I am one who uproots all you've ever known by venturing down the rabbit hole. And this would have been part of my chapter, Happily Ever After, believe it or not. And you can see, the hands pulling up roots from the base. There's a little child there also casting a shadow that's, below that little peekaboo window. And I like to think that the little characters above the bunny are Kendall and I looking down through the hole at everything I'm discovering. And so this next song, Guru Dogs, I actually wrote it after my piano album, so it hasn't been recorded yet, and this is its debut performance. But it's still an old song. I remember black, you remember blue. I am the crack in the family photograph. I am the scratch in the record, skipping back to the beginning again. I was one child, but I remember two. One was the blonde pixie pictured here. The other girl went screaming to where only dogs can hear her. And the dogs come barking, my silence is broken. Someone finally knows my pain. And with a howling chorus I will sing. Man, those guru dogs can heal. You woke with the sun, I woke with the moon. You danced with your shadow, that was me. You couldn't see the stars tripping for all your bright beauty. You reflected light, I absorbed the dark. You barely glimpsed me on cloudy days. I was the one in the corner waving, hey, wait for me. And the dogs come barking, wagging tails and tongues without ever calling their names. They just seem to know when it's time to heal. A little girl's best friend. I remember black, you remember blue. I am the crack in the family photograph. I am the scratch in the record, skipping, Oh, wait, I'm going to read something first. So the first 3 chapters have all of the forgotten memories in it. So once you get past chapter 3, you're kind of smooth sailing. But I intersperse always memories, things that I've always remembered, with the things that I've forgotten. So you have a preview of coming attractions that I didn't have when I was going through this. But here is a happy memory of my dad. Today is another bike riding lesson from Dad. Shady Lane is not a through street, so there are very few cars that ever drive through our neighborhood. Most cars are parked in the alleys in the garages behind the houses, so it's easy for the neighborhood kids to play safely in the street. It is also suitable to learn how to ride a bike here. My bike doesn't have training wheels, and I don't want them. The fixer-upper two-wheeler my dad found in a classified ad is purple, my favorite color, with a sparkly silver banana seat. No more trying to ride Big Bro's old bike that he outgrew. Mine is better because the frame dips down at an angle and it is easier for me to get on and off. I only rolled around on Brother's old bike, gliding along, letting my legs dangle on either side so I could stop myself with my feet. Now that I have a bike of my very own, it's time to learn how to pedal. I am ready for that familiar and steady push as Dad runs alongside me and my bike, one hand braced behind the seat and his other hand steadying the handlebars. This time, Dad lets go, and I sail down the street alone. I am doing it. I am riding a bike and not tipping over. Dad sprints in front of me to glide me to a stop. Wow, look at you. You did great, he praises my effort. I join in. Did you see that, Dad? I was really riding. My excitement pours out of me through the words, push me again. I have only managed pedaling forward and have yet to master rocking the pedals backward to brake to a stop. Each time down the street now, Dad lets go and runs along ahead to catch me. By my next training session, I am riding, turning, even braking like a pro. I just can't get started without a push. Try standing up when you start to pedal rather than sitting on the seat first. You'll get more momentum that way, Dad gives me pointers. He is right. I stand up, start to wobble a bit while I strain to push the pedals one after the other. After only a few presses, I am steady, and I sit down as I reach cruising speed. Now it's my turn to whoop and holler, woohoo, look at me, I'm riding. I smile big at the neighbor kids in their yards watching me whoosh by them. What a relief. I am no longer the kid resigned never to be able to ride a bike. I am just like everybody else, zooming around the neighborhood on two wheels. Thanks, Dad. On this triumphant day, how could either of us know that in 8 years, my newfound freedom and independence would lead to a bike riding tragedy? So this represents just the overwhelming emotions when I was raped as a teenager. And you can see the truck there. I'm going to sing the song about the scene, 3 guys in a truck, and how the truck has crashed. The truck didn't really crash, but I did, figuratively. And in purple, you see the gingerbread person flattened, and figuratively, I was flattened by that incident. And then just the aftermath of everything that came with that, the emotions of just feeling very overwhelmed. And so instead of reading about that scene in the book, I'm going to sing my song, Joyride, for you. And Reggie is going to join me. So on my album, Reggie played the harmonica on this song, and so he agreed kindly to join me. I'm not sure what this is happening here. All right. All right. So Joyride is a chapter in my book, but first it was a song. joyride for me, a brand new 10-speed biking fast on a summer's day. Decked out in purple and favorite Nikes, just 13, I'm on my way. A joyride for them, a beat-up old pickup driving fast, music blaring away. 3 boyish bumpkins, barely 18, smiling big, they're going my way. So it would seem, my, how things can change. And the faster the world spins, the slower things seem. When you're trapped in a daymare you wish were a dream. And I hope there's a heaven, 'cause I visited hell, and it ain't paved with good intentions. A joyride for me, how nice these 3 to hitch me to my destination. But wait, they're turning, the truck is a-swerving to the woods. They've lost my way. A joyride for them, a hole to come in. Welcome to the White Bully Boys Club. They sacrificed me to stud one of their own, zipping up, they've had their way. So it would seem, my, how things can change. And the faster the world spins, the slower things seem. When you're trapped in a daymare you wish were a dream. And I hope there's a heaven, 'cause I visited hell, and it ain't paved with good intentions. A joyride for me, through blocked memories, flooding back to me in my 30s. Therapy tunes, healing yesteryear's wounds. Finally, I'm on my way. My, how things have changed. And the faster the world spins, and I hope there's a heaven. And the faster the world spins, the slower things seem. When you're trapped in a daymare you wish were a dream. Now I know there's a heaven, 'cause I survived hell despite all ill intentions. I didn't have my guitar plugged in. Could you hear it? It's because it's my loudest song. This is my softest song, so I better plug in. So this is Emerging Teen Woman. It's the first card that I made. And I wasn't really intending anything in particular with this, but I think it really represents that older, wiser me mothering the hurt parts of me and bringing them into wholeness. You can see the figure in the water going from the darkness into the color, the black and white, and then just the balm of the water and the Buddha image there. And this something, it has been guiding my journey. I don't know what it is, but that's represented by the wise old owl eye in the top. And so this one says, I am one who emerges from darkness into light. So this next song I'm going to play, I call it a duet with myself because I wrote the guitar chords and the melody line, which I just hummed when I was a teenager. I just knew somehow this song was soothing me from the past incident, but again, I didn't have access to that. So I called it Hummed Lullaby. And then later, after I remembered everything, I put words to this song. So it's a duet with myself, from my 15-year-old or 14-year-old self and 30-something. And it's called Waiting for Rain. Waiting for rain, sultry moods swell like held breath, clouds rolling in, exhaling the sky's ocean like the teardrops in my mind. Sorrow seeps through lashes fine, till the beads burst spilling the heart's desire. Pregnant with flood, cascading pools skimming soggy ground, sorrow flows, anointing a weary soul like the teardrops in my mind. Sorrow seeps through lashes fine, till the beads burst spilling the heart's desire. Waiting for sun, rays of beam stream beneath the clouds, breezing by. Pastels splay o'er the gray. Now waters recede, relief, a sigh of release. Wilting dew steams into a rainbow. A rainbow, waiting for rain, waiting for rain, waiting for rain, waiting for rain. Now I'm going to read for you my most embarrassing story because it has to do with me being a teenager. And if you've ever been a teenager or raised a teenager, I luckily missed out on that. You might understand the angst of this next story. During my turbulent teen years that seemed overly angsty, even to me, my signature anger move was to slam a door. After I was done yelling about whatever it was that set me off, the door slam was a satisfying exclamation point that signaled the end of my tirade. I banged my bedroom door as I retreated inside to sulk, or clattered the back door as I exited the house in a huff. My parents were tired of my theatrics and disapproved of my chosen emphasis. And I heard them shout after me as I marched away, "Don't slam the door!" Slam! Every time. Then one mealtime, in my mid-teens, I slammed my last door. The scene was an evening supper, all 5 of us clinking utensils and slurping 2% milk. "Pass the fried chicken, please." I eyed the drumstick and nabbed it with the tongs. "So there's this party, and all the band kids are going, and I want to go. Please pass the mashed potatoes." I dabbed a heaping spoonful onto my plate. "Where's it at?" Mom asked. "It's at Billy Turner's house. He's one of the drummers. He lives on Galvin Street near the high school." "Billy Turner's a dweeb," little bro says, grinning. "No, he's not. You don't even know him. He's a nice boy, and so is his family." "I know Billy. He's a decent kid," big bro said. "Anyone who invites you to a party is a dweeb," little bro laughed, and we exchanged rolled eye grimaces. "Anyway," I continued, "all the band kids are going, and it's Friday night at his house after the football game. Lene said I can catch a ride with her. Her sister's driving. Can I go?" I hoped they would say yes. Please say yes. Will Billy's parents be home?" Mom asked. The dreaded question I was hoping to avoid. "No, they're out of town, but they know about the party and told him he could have it. His 20-year-old sister is staying with him, and she'll be the chaperone." Dad says, "You know the rules. No parents, no party." "But Dad, his parents know about it, and there will be an adult there." "A sister is not a parent," Dad reminds me. Big Bro chimed in. "I know Billy's sister, Becky, right? She won't let them get into any trouble." "That's right. Becky is very responsible and is on a full-ride scholarship," I added, giving Bro an approving nod. "She's not a parent." Dad wouldn't budge. "But Lene's parents are letting her go, and they know Billy's parents won't be there. They know Becky and trust her." I held out hope, as he and I both knew that Lene's parents ran a stricter household than ours. Dad emphasized, "Well, I don't know Becky or Billy's parents, but I know the parents won't be there, so there's no party." "But there is a party, and everyone is going to be there," I whined. "Everyone except you. I can't let you go," he insisted. "Yes, you can. You can totally let me go. You just don't want to. This is so unfair. I have to miss out on the best party of the year just because the parents, who know about the party and okayed the party and happen to appoint a chaperone to the party, won't be there. We're just a bunch of band kids. Nothing's going to happen." My last plea unraveled. "You're right. Nothing's going to happen because you won't be there." He kept eating his chicken. "I can't believe this. You're really not letting me go? Everyone else can go, but I can't?" I pounded my fists, rising from the table, stomping to the back door, already ajar. "You're ruining my life on purpose just because you can, because of some stupid rule you made up. I hate you." I took one more step, turned, and with all my strength, slammed the door shut behind me. Bang! I wasn't 2 steps into my stride when, in one swift motion, the door flew open. Dad plucked me up around the waist, hoisted me off my feet, yanked me back into the house, slammed the door himself, and then hurled me backward midair, smack into the door. So this song is about that incident, and it's called Thinner. Pass the pepper and salt, please. Be careful not to spill. We need no bad luck in our cave or crystals in our wounds. Don't sneeze at the thought of pepper, you know how it can burn. Throw the spillings o'er your shoulder without peeking. Dishes break when you are careless, throw them gently. Hard enough to crack, not to crumble. Sorry to have cut you, but you started it yesterday. And our skin just keeps getting thinner. Pour another glass of milk to help choke it down. There'll be no crying if it spills, just swollen glances. I eat the family recipe in silence without question. I have learned to love that which makes me ill. Dishes break when you are careless, throw them gently. Just enough to crack, not to crumble. Sorry to have cut you, but you started it yesterday. And our skin just keeps getting thinner. Pass more salt to me, please, but this time don't you spill. We've bad luck in our crystal cave and scars for our wounds. Don't even bother with the pepper, my tongue's already burned. If you can't handle all these spices, I guess you'll go hungry. People break when you are careless, throw them gently. Hard enough to crack, not to crumble. Sorry to have cut you, but you started it yesterday. When will our skin stop getting thinner? Lives can break when you are careless, throw them gently. And the skin, please stop getting thinner. So I think, yeah, there's the collage image. And this card is called Grave Secrets. I am one whose voice is stolen by keeping another's secret. And this would have been part of chapter 2, Denial is Stronger Than Memory. And I think it goes well with this song called Daddy's Sin. Here we go. You look so different now with your Jesus smile, but it cannot erase the grin of disgrace. Where is your God now? Why wasn't he looking out for me? Where is God now? to wipe away the grin, would not forgive the sin. What do I tell the little girl who's lived through your hell whirl? Who can she turn to? She's only ever looked up to you. Who can I turn to? The kiss of death you gave was a secret for my grave. But now I'm the one who's born again in a way you'll never understand. You need your God now, for only He will forgive. I choose to live. This collage card is called Fairy Tale Ending. I am one whose daddy's little girl fairy tale ended. You can see the pinks in that card, and I don't know if you can see off to the left, there's a single strand of barbed wire in front of that. You can see my always memories running into my dad's arms, and then my new memories, the little girl holding the male figure in the rain. And yeah, it's just symbolizes that heartbreak of that severing that happened between my father and I. And it goes with this next song that is called Listen to Me. Do you know what a little girl said to me? Do you know what a little girl said to me? I tried to tell you like I tried to tell them too, but no one would listen. Guess it don't matter anyway. Why get mad at me? I didn't do this thing. This unthinkable thing was done to me, and I couldn't stop it, and I often wished I'd die, but no one could listen. Guess it don't matter anyway. There was a monster who lived in our house. He was the beast, and I his beauty. Well, he plucked my beauty out from right between my legs, and no one would hear him. No one could hear him. No one heard him. Why does it take so long to see these things when they've been here all along? Well, I'm here to save you like I should have done before, and I will listen. I will listen. Yes, I'm listening. You mean the world to me. Thank you. So the next collage image is called My Twin Soul, and it was a collage card before it was a chapter in my book. I tell everyone my favorite chapter is chapter 10 because it's all about my great-grandmother. And while this is not an actual picture of her, the essence of this woman is the energy of my great-grandmother. And you can see me playing in her hair, and just all of the hand images. I just always felt like I was in good hands with her. And so she passed away when I was 15, and I'm going to read about that episode. Incidentally, my favorite story about my great-grandma is the kickball game. But I read that on Wednesday at the radio station, so I'm going to read the second favorite. So, about my great-grandma and I. Our connection is so integral that I know the moment she dies. I am 15 at home in my messy teenage bedroom, fast asleep in my bed. In the middle of the night, my dreaming shifts into a surreal vision. In the vision, I am instantly transported from my bedroom to my grandmother's house and into great-grandmother's bedroom. Her lifeless body lies before me in her bed, and it is clear to me that she is dead. It feels too visceral for it not to be true. At the instant of this realization, I am transported back to my bedroom with a jolt. I shoot straight up in bed and can feel the devastation of her death like a knife in my gut. My beloved great-grandmother's human form no longer shares the planet with me. I wail long and hard into my pillow, muffling my cries, quieting my grief to keep from waking the household. It seems to take forever for my tears to subside. The remainder of the night, I toss and turn, eventually falling into a fitful sleep from distressed exhaustion. Immediately in the morning, I rush to call my grandma on the phone to confirm the dreadful news I know I will hear. Great-grandma is just fine, Grandma says casually. I just took her morning toast and tea up to her, and she's dunking it and nibbling it as usual. To my shock and disbelief, I wonder, how can great-grandma be fine? How can she be eating breakfast? I saw her last night. She was dead. I know she was dead. How can I be so wrong about something I am so certain of? There is no phone upstairs in the house, so I cannot hear great-grandma's voice for myself, but I do not doubt Grandma's word. Hanging up the phone with Grandma, and despite her reassurances, I implore my mom to drive me to see great-grandma as soon as possible. It takes forever to arrive at her house. Once inside, I scurry up the steps 2 at a time to her room and slightly gasp upon seeing her. It is just as Grandma said. Here is great-grandma sitting up in bed, setting her magazine aside to smile at me. She is not dead. She is every bit as much alive as I am. We exchange our usual greetings with a kiss on the cheek. I am mesmerized to be sitting on great-grandma's bed, staring at her face to face as if it's some kind of miracle. We chat in our usual easy manner about everything and nothing at all, while the clock's counting ticks off the minutes of our time together. After a natural pause in the conversation, she intently locks my eyes with mine and says, "You know, I died last night." I nod, tears brimming my eyes, and reply, "I know, great-grandma." I feel a wave of relief and grief intermingled. I am relieved that my knowing is spot on. I am grieved that my knowing is spot on. She went on to describe the heaven she visited, a joyous place, and all her friends and relatives were there. Jesus was there too, and she saw and talked to him and felt only love. She insists she is happy to go back, and she doesn't want me to be sad for her. Then she intentionally pauses, reconnecting our mutual gaze, and says, "I just came back to tell you goodbye." Later that same night, merely hours after my momentous visit with her, great-grandma dies peacefully in her sleep. So I did write a memorial song to her in high school after she passed away. But during my healing time in my 30s, I wrote this song. Am I doing that, Randy? That noise? Okay. Anyway, so in my 30s, I decided I needed to call upon my great-grandma wherever she was and help her, have her spirit help guide me. So this song is called Grandma's Prayer. Grandma, I've been searching for so long. It's time for me to take you along. Things been happening on earth, and I'm not so sure what they're worth. Grandma, I so long to be with you, but it's not the right thing to do. Please show me the way to make it through just one more day. Wash over try to find out who I really am. I just hope that I can be half the woman you were to me. Wash over me with your angel wings. Wash over me with your angel wings. Wash over me with your angel wings. Wash over me with your angel wings, and make it go away. Make it go away. Make it go away. Make it go away. Thank you. This is my favorite collage card. It's called Swan Diver. And I am one who cheers yourself on. And she is the essence of me that also got lost in the trauma, but she was always there. And she represents that untainted part of myself, that bubbly, high-spirited, happy girl that got lost in the shuffle. But I found her again. And she is the brave one that dives beneath the surface and gathers up all the wounded parts and brings them out into the sun for healing. And the image is on the side of the women in black and white. To me, that represents the generational trauma that I hope is transcending my own journey. And I think it goes nicely with this song called It's Okay Now. Oops, I'm going to start here. It's okay now. Time has passed. Healing's come. And I'm okay now. My life has just begun. And I forgive you, even though what you did is not okay. And I still love you beyond my dying day. If it never happened, where did all of these songs come from? And if it never happened, why am I now so strong? But you don't remember. At least that's what you say. And how can we rebuild a bridge so many miles away? may be hope in agreeing to disagree, but can't you find it in your heart to just believe in me? And I forgive you, even though what you did is not okay. And I still love you beyond my dying day. And it's okay now. Time has passed, healing's come, and I'm okay now. My life has just begun. The nice thing about full circle healing is that the story does come full circle and doesn't leave you hanging in grief. And so to end on a high note, I love this card too. And what is it called again? Launching, sorry. Launching. And this doesn't go with the book at all, but I thought it felt right for this concert. And it's just, again, the spirit of moving forward, no matter how or why or where, and just assuming that things are going to work out. So this song goes well with Heidi Ho, because Heidi was a real person that I knew. And I worked in group homes during college, and she was a resident at one of the group homes I worked at, and she was just a fiery, fiery spirit. And she would forgive anyone so easily for anything. And this was a good thing, because Heidi needed to be forgiven a lot. She was always in the moment with her emotions, being herself, and as soon as she flew off the handle, she wouldn't catch herself before, but right after, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And so she just had this way of loving unconditionally, just living unconditionally. And so when she passed away, she was 19, and she didn't quite get to graduate high school. Reggie was her teacher, so he's going to join me on this song too. But I'm going to teach you the chorus. You get to sing again. So I'm going to just play the chorus so you can hear it, and then I don't know how high I need to sing this today. We'll see. We'll see if this is enough. I apologiise if you're not a soprano. So this is the chorus, and I'll teach it to you when I'm done this example. Singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. So that's the chorus. It's just Heidi and ho every once in a while. But let's sing. I'll sing, and then you can echo me. Singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, Heidi, oh, sorry, singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Pick your octave. Heidi, 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 ho. Now the next two parts are what we've just learned, so let's do them together. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Halfway there. Heidi, 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 ho, ho, ho. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh. You'll catch on because we'll do it several times. And the reason the song is called Heidi Ho is because whenever Heidi would come home from school, she'd rattle the door open and say, "Hi ho," and we'd say, "Hi, Heidi Ho." So Heidi Ho was her nickname. We'll see if we can do this.
We got it.
And there are, no, I'm sorry, we're going to go really high.
Why not?
And there are always some things other people can't see. I want to thank Heidi for sharing one with me. Life can be uneasy, but she showed to me you can always give love unconditionally. Always give love unconditionally. Singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. When the stuff of life gets you down and you just can't seem to turn it around, just remember Heidi's lesson and see you can always give love unconditionally. Always give love unconditionally. Singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh. So if you have a friend low and blue and they think that there's no way to get through, tell your friend of Heidi. Teach them to see they can always give love unconditionally. Always give love unconditionally. Singing Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh. Heidi, 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 oh.
Nice job.
Thank you, Reggie. Thank you so much for coming. I just want to leave you with one more song. And also, thank you for holding my story with me. And this song is called Every Little Piece of Me. I'm not broken, but there are pieces of me scattered everywhere. Perhaps you've seen me in a cloud, a tree, or looking in your mirror. Our separateness, it's illusion. That leaves just one conclusion, that every little piece of me is in every little piece of you, and in every little piece of everything. And all I want to do is love every little piece of you, so that I can love every piece of me in everything. You're connected to the breaths and heartbeats of all living kind, to inorganic matter and the ancestors of past and future time. Our unity, it's a given. So let's all start living like every little piece of you is in every little piece of me, and in every little piece of everything. And all I want to do is love every little piece of you, so that I can love every piece of me in everything. We're not broken. We're each shadow and every point of light, earth and ocean, and the lift of a bird taking flight. We are one, it's true. One as we, not just me or you. And every little piece of me is in every little piece of you, and in every little piece of everything. And all I want to do is love every little piece of you, so that I can love every piece of me in everything. In everything, in everything. Thank you. Thank you so much. We can give some applause for Nancy and Randy in the back doing sound and the whatever it's called, the images. Thank you.